Hello everybody, this is Beck. On my last video, it was brought to my attention that I might want to try doing some commentary to go along with the videos instead of just doing straight up matches with no voiceover in the background, so I'm going to be your voiceover guy today. This deck is what I like to call the Oxanna hit and run deck. As you can see, most of the units have a reload time. The bikes, the stealth tank, and the shade. So those are the main damage dealers, but they're also kind of hit and run units. They come in, they shoot their missiles, and they run away, and then reload and come back in and do it again. So I'm just kind of messing around here, trying to get to know this deck really well so I can see if it's the type of deck that I want to continue playing through ladder. The entire point is pretty much, as you can see, open with wheels, and then as soon as the missiles start coming in pretty heavy, switch into fanatics, and then if they come in with some heavy anti-infantry, then the war factory is already open, so you can come in with chuggy. But I haven't really had a lot of heavy resistance in this match, so it might not be exactly the best one. But if you go ahead and look at the bottom pad, you see the bikes come in, shoot their missile, and then it waits a little while before they fire again. So that's kind of what I'm talking about here with the hit and run. So the unit that's going to be doing the heavy lifting in this is, for about 90% of it, is going to be the stealth tanks, because they take care of ground units, they take care of air units, and then the fanatics are kind of blocking units. Put them in front to tank the first hit, and if you're lucky, one of the models will die, which will, you know, if you're watching the bottom pad, boom, I got the boost, which means that I was able to get the shots off sooner. And then, of course, when funds are a little tight, coming with wheels, because they are a little bit better at tanking than stealth tanks, because they're a lot cheaper. But I think I've been doing a pretty good job of microing my stealth tanks around here. Unfortunately, I was not ready for zone troopers, and the chuggy was pretty far away, so I just kept spamming fanatics. And for some reason on the bottom pad there, the fanatics are just kind of sitting doing absolutely nothing, and I have no idea why. I should have moved them in a lot sooner. But, and you can see on the top pad, stealth tank goes down, another one moves in, boom, 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 clears it up. And we're just doing this whole back and forth thing where I'm trying to get on one pad, they're trying to get on the other, I take them out on one, they take me out on the other, and it's kind of crazy. But unfortunately, the zone troopers just, yeah, I can take them down with the fanatics pretty easily, but then once the rhino comes in, starts taking out my fanatics, I just can't do much. And thankfully, I was able to outprice my opponent. So they started running out of money, and as you can see, I was doing a pretty good job of floating. So after a while, they decided that zone troopers were a little too expensive, and they brought in snipers and rifles. So I did what I was supposed to do, bust out that chuggy, and just start chem rushing everything. On the top there, the militants were tanking the sniper, got another chuggy going on. Did not get the block on the bottom pad quick enough, so they were able to get on with the pit bull. But stealth tank coming in pretty quick, blocks out the rhino. And then the snipers just kind of sit there. And then I was able to get into position to keep blocking. And then bring up the chuggy. Take out the snipers. And then they took out my stealth tank up at the top. But that's okay, because I have a stealth tank on the bottom, which is about to reload. Boom, boom, boom. And then the other stealth tank, come on in and block. And that's game right there. And the missile. And just for the heck of it, I built a shade. I tend to do that a lot. No rhyme or reason, just because. Then my next match with Psycho, who is playing Seth. This one was actually a pretty good one. I wasn't really expecting this deck, so, I mean, take a look at those units. I wasn't expecting pretty much any of those. But, you know, at the end, was a fairly decent player. As you can see with my wheels there, I scouted and saw that they had the air tower, so I decided to build bikes right away. If I see if I see a barracks, then or a hand of nod, then I built the second wheels right away, but they didn't, so I come out with bikes. I was figuring on laser drones or maybe Banshee coming out to contest my bikes, but they went and tech switched right away into lasers, so that's why I built a second bike squad, because I was expecting more aircraft. But again, I was able to tech switch into my Fanatics, which are doing a great job of taking care of the lasers. And for each one that dies, it's boosting my bikes to get them faster, better, stronger, higher, all those cool words. And was able to take out the Venom at least. And then they come in with more lasers, and I just have my Fanatics. I don't know what they're doing there with the laser, just kind of dancing back and forth, but finally was able to get my stealth tank out, move them in, boom, 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 and that's this missile. And then right when their Venom starts shooting, my stealth tank reloads, takes out another one. They bring another Venom down to the bottom, and for some reason, I have no idea why I did this. Sacrifice my bike squad, but it caused them to move their harvester farther up, which this entire time is not harvesting, which is good for me, bad for them. One thing with a deck this fragile, being hit and run, you have to constantly be on the move shooting things, and I did make a mistake there. I should have had my stealth tank shoot at the Widowmaker instead of just going for the harvesters, because, if you put pressure on the harvesters, they're more likely to spend money on units to defend, but they didn't, so I just came in with stealth tanks and bikes, and was just able to completely block them off the bottom pad and the middle pad, and then got the second missile, and that was game. And then the last one for today is going to be versus Triumph, Solomon, which is always an interesting opponent, because I like Jade, and the Catalyst missile, when done right, is very similar to the ion cannon. But once again, open up with the wheels, go for the scouts, try to figure out what they're doing, move one hex off. I can see that they have a barracks, so I build another wheels, and they come out with snipers against wheels. Really? I mean, sure, why not, I guess, but 2v1, there's nothing they can do. Jump jets come out next. Snipers, jump jets, that was not at all what I was expecting. But thankfully, 2v1 wheels on jump jets, they've destroyed 10 Tiberium so far worth of units, and I've been able to take out 40. So I'm up already, and since all they have is barracks, just keep on pumping out anti-infantry units. And again, snipers, what are you going to do? But they boost their other Fanatic friends, and I was able to take the missile pretty easily. And so they decide to open more snipers, and I just keep bringing up wheels and just don't let them get anywhere. And then they made the mistake of having snipers shoot at my Fanatics, which boosted the wheels, which allowed me to pretty easily destroy them. Sorry about that, that was a text message incoming. Then again, hit and run, bring up a stealth tank. And then I'm leaving my bikes down at the harvester just to prevent their pit bulls from coming on the pads, because they're like, oh, my harvester, I need to protect that. Well, this entire time I'm charging the missile, and I just keep taking out those pit bulls. They show up, my stealth tank arrives, blows them up, and then they've got nothing on the pads when it comes time, and that's missile number 2. Easy claps. Easy claps. That was fun. I hope you enjoyed this. There will also be a no commentary version available if you prefer.